Yo, welcome everyone to a brand new video. Today we are racing in PSGL around Singapore, and yeah, it's been a long time. Last time was around Zandvoort, I reckon, in PSGL F2, because there were some issues, but it's all fixed, so that's really nice, and we can go back to racing. And hopefully can score some points for the championship. And as you can see, we are trying to qualify on the medium tires. The soft tires are actually quite bad in the race, especially in the first part of the race. They will overheat quickly, and the mediums are already faster after 2 laps, I guess. So that's why I decided to go for the mediums, and I can confirm that actually almost everyone went on the mediums in qualifying. Some people also try to start out of the top 10 to start on the hard tires, and I think that's the only 2 strategies to do around here. It's either medium hard or hard medium, but for now we are on a decent lap. Our sector 2 split is nice. It says we have a purple middle sector, so it seems like we're on for a good lap here. And now into the final sector, easiest part to get in the validation probably. Getting really close to the walls there, and now only 3 corners to go, and now only the final corner. Send it into the corner, and that will be a 134.5, which brings us to P3 for now, and it will be P3, so actually really happy with it. The first driver, the Ferrari, is on soft, so he will probably drop quickly in the race. So we have to get past him as soon as possible in the race here, and hopefully we don't lose Luke Smith early on in the race. So yeah, let's head into the race. So now, as you can see at the top right, we will see some rain in this race, so that will be really interesting, and I'm not sure if we can stretch the mediums until the rain, or we have to pit earlier to maybe mediums again. So this will be a really interesting race, and yeah, now waiting for the lights to go on. I forgot one really important thing, and that was to change a small thing in my setup for the race, and that was my off diff. So my setup will be a bit more unstable than I would have wanted it to be, so our race pace won't be optimal here. But at least at the start of this race we managed to keep our P3 for now. Luckily Luke Smith isn't already past Norbert, so we just try to stick with him until the rain, and of course keep the guys behind us as well. And now Jordan actually went into the wall, and that means a virtual safety car.
Oh, you retired, okay.
So actually nothing big. Just have to make sure in the top right that we don't get a penalty, but also don't lose too much time. And as you can see, we're actually we're a bit too far in the green and we lost a bit of time. So we have to gain a bit of to Luke Smith, as we are 1 second behind him. But Norbert will probably lose already a bit of time on those soft tires, so that will make it easier for us as well to gain a bit of time. And now touching the wall slightly there, but I don't think that will give us any damage. And Luke Smith's already 1.2 seconds ahead of us, so we have to make sure we get closer to him. And I was also asking if I front wing damage, but luckily I don't. And now DRS is enabled, and if Luke Smith already gets past Norbert here, then it will be really hard for us to keep with Luke Smith in this race. So now, as you can see, he is a bit too far, so he couldn't make the move in that lap. And we closed in as well. Cars behind are also on 9 tenths. So the pace is really good, and I think Luke Smith will now get past him, as he's only 4 or 3 tenths behind him. As you can see, he's really close. So Luke Smith will get past Norbert in this lap, and we have to make sure we get past Norbert as soon as possible. They're going side by side here, but Luke has made the move. So now it will be crucial for us to make the move as soon as possible. Of course, Norbert will now have DRS from Luke, so that will make it a bit harder for us to overtake him. But as you can see on those soft tires, he's losing much time here. And here's a DRS zone, but he also has DRS, so yeah, that there is no way to get past him there. So now in lap 4, Norbert goes into the pits, and Luke Smith is already 1.6 seconds ahead of us. And still with the where I didn't change my setup, I just wasn't how do you say that, I wasn't confident with my setup and couldn't close in, and Luke Smith actually gained 1.5 seconds in I think 6 laps. So his pace was really good around here, but as you can see, the cars behind in the top left, they are also out of the DRS now. So even though Luke Smith is pulling away from us, our pace is also still really good. But as you can see, it's raining right now in lap 12, and I was not sure if I already should go into the pits, as the grip is almost gone, and of course a lap around here is 1 minute 30, 1 minute 40, so still I decided to stay out. Actually my engineer told me, so I just listened to him. And now these are really hard conditions to drive in. A bit old mediums and in raining conditions. And I think...
Is it still 10 minutes till dry?
Oh no, didn't happen. Never mind. So Jeff also told me that dry tires are still the best to drive on for now. So I think we made the right strategy call there to stay out for 1 more lap. But now he told that the inters were faster. So anyway, it doesn't really matter. Cars behind didn't pit, so no one has any advantage to me. But there is a virtual safety car and that actually makes our lives a bit easier. And we go into the pits here for the intermediates.
Inters, we want the inters.
Oh, it's PSC.
But my delta again was around plus 2.5 seconds, and Luke Smith was, I think, 4 or 4.5 seconds ahead of me going into the pits. And you will see what the gap is when I come out of the
He
pits.
didn't, mate.
Really, yeah, silly actually to lose that much time. But as you can see in the top left, it's already 6.5 seconds, and actually 7 seconds. So we lost 2.5 seconds there with a virtual safety car, which is, yeah, just, yeah, silly. Like, no point losing that much time. But anyway, we are still in P2, so that's really nice. But
game froze again, of course.
it's not your YouTube video. My game actually froze right there. Couldn't do anything, and I had to restart my PC. Now trying to get back into the lobby. Luckily I had a backup invite, but it's just unfortunate. Also, in the previous race on Zandvoort, it happened as well, but I didn't upload that video because,
I understand why it happens every time.
yeah, it happens for once, and then I was like, this is not good content, of course. But anyway, we are trying to get back into the lobby, and I was hearing from my engineer that I was still in 3rd position at this point, but
Je zit nog net voor Bedreo, maar dat
I
Any way to reconnect?
couldn't join the lobby with that backup invite, so that was even more unlucky. So now we are trying to get back into the lobby again, and now it looks like we can join and start racing again. So it took me around
Oh, let's see.
4 minutes, 5 minutes I guess, to get back into the lobby, and as you can see we are still in P4. So
You had a really
I mean, we were in P2, lost 2 positions, but we're still 4th, and we lost around 11 seconds. We were around 2.5 seconds in front of Simon Perigny, and then when we rejoined it was 9 seconds, so yeah, that's just annoying. But it's gonna dry up, so we're gonna go back into the pits, go onto the mediums again, and that should be the final pit stop for us. So selecting the mediums, going into the pits, and look at the bottom right, as you can see. And why am I on 40% mediums?
They put your old mediums on. What?
Yeah. So the game decided to put me on old mediums. You always have two fresh medium sets, and I started on one set of mediums, went onto the inters, and then they decided to put me back on the first set of mediums I used at the start of the race. But everyone else is on fresh mediums. As you can see in the top left, the delta, we lost around 2.5 seconds to Ramon Pedreño in 1 lap. So we have to get back into the pits because we can't make it till the end of the race on these mediums. So again, we're going into the pits, and yeah, this was actually a race over already. What happened earlier on was unfortunate, getting a screen freeze, and have to get had to restart my PC, getting trying to rejoin with a backup invite, which didn't work, and then had to try again. Lost around 11 seconds and got put on used mediums. So it didn't rent really well. I mean, at the start of the race it went, being in P2 and actually confident, managing the gap to the cars behind. But now Primoz is getting past us, and of course I wasn't fully focused anymore, so I decided to just let him go and let him do his thing and follow him. And now in lap 22, like I said, my focus was a bit less as usually, and now going in this right hander.
Are you okay? Turn the engine off and wait for the marshals.
Well, I mean,
So
that is just unfortunate.
that's of course that's completely my fault. Really, yeah, actually just a silly mistake, and unfortunate. I didn't think we would have scored any points anyway, so yeah, we didn't miss out on anything, but still always annoying to cause a safety car for everyone else. But yeah, these things happen, I guess. Hopefully it doesn't happen anymore in future races. So yeah, thanks for watching. We were on a good result here. Could have been P2, but thanks for watching, and see you guys next time. Ciao.